Hi everybody, this is Sayaji Dan, and we're back with another addendum for the Mobility Assisted. At this time, you guys should be pretty clear on what we're going to be telling you. With Mobility Assisted, when we're doing these higher level drills, if you are unable to do them because of the application, the practical application of these drills demands using two hands, if you are unable to use two hands because your crutches are in the way, or you cannot maintain your balance and support without holding onto the walker, then you will do these from a seated position because practically speaking, that's the only time you'd be using them. So you're going to train in a seated position. We want you to be as physically fit as possible. We want you to work standing if you can, if it makes sense. This particular drill, doing two hands, is very unlikely to make sense for you. Unless you can lock yourself in the walker and you can alternate your feet like we've done before and do your drills. And if you can do that, we want you to do it. But if you have crutches, if you cannot support yourself in your walker, do it seated because that's when you would be using these techniques anyway. So train to use them in the situation that makes the most practical sense. Hi everybody, this is Sayaji Dan. You know who we are, let's get training. So today we're going to learn a connector or a flowing drill for the short stick. This is really important because when you're using your short stick, ultimately your opponent is going to try to get inside the stick or immobilize the stick by grabbing, trapping, getting it out of your hand, getting past it, or blocking it out. So when we're moving our stick with our chops and our slices and we're stepping and we're using one stick, we're using two sticks, doesn't matter. At a certain point we might need to go back and we might need to recover our short stick from an opponent. So we're going to teach you this drill now about scrapes and traps with the stick. After we learn this, we will teach you how to do it with some movement and stepping. That will be a second video. Alright, Sion Miles, show everybody the ready position and the presentation. Remember, we're going all the way back to two-handed short stick now, and we're going to show you some of the really fun stuff we can do with the two-handed short stick. So, the first count, we're going to start by stepping forward with our right foot and blocking out to our left. Okay? It's the double overhand block. It's striking block number 2 and 3 is what we're focusing on here right now. Getting that stick up, driving up or across. We're stepping into our overhand, blocking out. We're blocking over the step that the leg we did not step with because we're getting out of the way of a strike. So he stepped out and blocked away. What if somebody grabs this or tries to grab this? Okay? The first thing we're going to do is we're going to show you how to scrape down to keep someone from grabbing the stick. So, step out right, block left, and then drive the butt down and pull it back. Tight elbow in, stick back by the shoulder. You're recovering the stick and getting it away from a grab. You're not scraping and leaving it out there, but you are scraping down your opponent with this end and pulling out. Sion Miles, face me. Okay? Step in and do that block. So, if he does that block, and I've done a punch or something, right, and he blocks me, or I did a punch, if I turn this into a grab, he's going to drive it into me, scrape down me, and pull it back as I'm trying to grab it. So, he's making me focus on getting hit with the stick rather than grabbing the stick. Okay, so as someone's trying to grab you, a scrape is a great opportunity to prevent the grab, and to do a little bit of extra damage, and to set up another strike. See, it flows. It's a flowing movement. Block, scrape, pull back, go into your other strikes. You can go into a chop, you can go into a slice, you can go into more two-handed. You can do whatever you want because it sticks all the way back here and it's ready to go. Okay? So that's number 1. Number 2 is the same thing, stepping forward to left first and blocking out to the right. Follow your stepping pattern, right? So we step out and block and scrape. Okay? Same motion, other side of your body. Now, here's a note. You can scrape by blocking over the stepping leg, but blocking over the stepping leg is a little different usage, and you're not going to step in and try to block out necessarily if it's a punch strike or something like that. So the scrape might not be as effective if you're using this with an overhead. Plus, go back to that please. To really do that scrape right, to get into somebody, you've got to take another step now. You've got to step into the scrape. So the little baby step might work, but it's pretty far away because you're stepping in. Unless you're stepping into the person, which is kind of not what we're doing here, you're going to have to step with your other foot. So let's practice the scrape by blocking on the standing leg, intercepting a strike that's coming at us, where we block out and where we block out. Okay? So that's 1 and 2. All right? 3 and 4, we're going to do the same scrape, but we're going to add in a flowing strike. Somehow step out that right block. He does his scrape. He pulls back. Now, as he does this, he rotates down his hands. And he's going to drive the butt forward and then charging with the backhand, controlling with the backhand to make sure it doesn't hit your own head. You're going to drive the stick out and it's a chop. It's chop number 1. Okay? So it's a scrape into the chop. But the chop from here, not from here. But it's still the chop. You're punching in, and this hand, your support hand, protects you from the back end of the stick. It also charges up the stick, we call it charging the stick, and it helps you rotate your hand into the proper position. Okay? Go back, please. And let's show that nice and easy. So you step right and block left. You do the scrape, and then you drive the butt straight forward, hand protection, strike over. Okay? Side miles, go to the other side, do the scrape, and freeze. Now, do the butt strike, but don't let the stick out. Freeze it with both hands still on the stick. This comes way out, butt strike here. See the hand? The hand is protecting you from the back of the stick. And then, right as it gets there, boom, in comes the punch. Okay? And the stick comes out at that 45-degree angle, punching straight in. All right? So that's 3 and 4. So 1 and 2 are the scrape. 3 and 4 are the scrape punch. I call it a punch because you're punching it with number 1, which is that vertical fist punch with a stick in your hand, okay, from the chopping drill. So it's a scrape, scrape, scrape punch, scrape punch. Okay? Let's just go through those, everybody together. Let's do step right and block left, and scrape. 2. Step left, block right. Scrape. 2. Good. Now, step right, block left, and scrape, and punch. Good. And 2. Step left, block and scrape, and punch. 4. 2. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 5 and 6 are now, we're going to start doing that same block, and we're going to do something called a flip. Okay? A flip is another charged strike. And it's all in the wrist and elbow and shoulder of your overhead hand. So you're going to do the exact same step forward block. Okay? So step forward and block. And then you're going to let go, charging with this hand. Rotate, turn your body. Rotate wrist and elbow and shoulder into a flip. Okay? Same thing. Somebody's trying to grab you. Pop! You flip that stick in. And it is a fast charged flip. Okay? It's not a... Right? It's just block... Right? And you're going to whip it, and then you're going to recover it. Okay? Recover that stick. Okay. Let's do that again. Everybody step out for number 5. Step forward, block. Now pivot your body. And then bring the stick back. And step back. Okay? Now do number 6, which is the same thing on the other side. Step, block, pivot, and come back. All right, guys, you're already halfway there. So far, we're stepping and doing the same block. And what we're doing after that block is we're doing some flowing motions. We're scraping and hitting, or we're flipping. Okay? These are all flowing motions from that overhead block as we're stepping away from an incoming strike, blocking that strike out. Okay? These are all things we can do if that block becomes a grab, or that block becomes trying to get past you, or someone trying to get in close to you. By leading with the butt as someone encloses the distance with you, gets in close, you can scrape with the butt. You can punch with the butt. You can then follow up with the full punch. You can flip using the butt to knock the hand down and flip over top of it. Okay? You can do that scrape and then the strike. Right? A lot of things you can do. That's the first 6. So for 7 and 8, we're going to do a block and a twist. Okay? Now this one's a little bit harder, because this one we're going to pull the person who has managed to grab the stick. We're going to be using our elbows and our body to drive them off of the stick. So once you get out there with that block, you're going to take your top hand and bend it around outside your elbow and turn your body to make them let go. And then come back in with the punch. Okay? I'll show you that again. You step out and block. Your top hand tucks around. Lead with the butt back into him. And strike. So you see, pulling away and turning your body will make them let go of that, and that'll be like a break grab. Okay, and we'll go through all of these at the end here. I'll show you the application of each move 1 or 2 times each. Okay, but right now, let's practice this. One more time. Step out right and block left. Take your right hand and pull it around under your elbow. Lead with the left, striking with the left hand. So we're doing it right, but we wind up striking with the left hand this time, which sometimes causes some confusion for the students. All right? Now step left, block right. All right? Scrape, pull, twist, drive with the butt, and strike. All right? It's just a twisting motion, and the twisting motion doesn't work very well if you don't turn. Okay? If you don't turn, you tend to get in your own way with the stick. It's a little harder to do it. Okay? But if you turn, somebody grabs that stick, and you just pull them down, your body weight helps make them let go. You've got to engage your whole body with that movement. Okay? So that's the twist. Okay? So we've done 8 now. Okay? That's 8. Number 9, we get into the traps. Okay? We're going to be doing traps for 9, 10, 11, and 12. And the traps come with a flowing transition into just about anything you imagine. So just like with the scrape, where we showed you could turn it into a punch, we're going to show you with the trap how you can turn the trap into a slice or a punch or really anything. That's the beautiful thing about this 13-count system we teach. They are very universal movements and skill sets. All right, so here we are. Now we're going to do a trap. Now a trap comes from the front foot. You're going to step right and block over this way. Okay? The trap is out here because we are taking this in the idea that we are in the middle of combat. We're here, we've got our right foot forward, and we have to, somebody throws a great big giant big old hook at us, or somebody from far distance is trying to close in on our outside and get outside our zone of effectiveness. And so as we drive this block up here, the person then grabs it and is trying to work us from our front leg. They're further away than this one, but they've got the grab. We're out here, they back away, they grab that stick, and now we're a little extended, they're a little extended, and we're about to get into a wrestling match for our stick. So what we do is actually very simple. We drive the bottom hand over the top and turn our body 90 degrees and collapse your lats down and your elbows down. And that's the break. That's what makes them let go. That part, okay? So when you bring that around and you're practicing, that's one thing. Once you get good at it, you got to drop it. Drive the elbows, drop the weight, okay? Because it also pulls them. Either they let go out here or they get pulled in. So this is the trap, okay? The trap, all right? So let's all practice that one time. Step out to the right and block to the right. Now turn and twist. So you stepped out to the right, so your right hand's on the bottom, and the right hand's going to fold over the top. Your left hand's going to tuck up under your right armpit, and you're going to collapse your elbows down tight to your body. 2. Let's do it to the other side. Step to the left and block to the left. Drive your left hand up and twist. Trap it. Collapse it. Drop your weight. That makes him let go, because if he held on to that, he's way in here now. So you pulled your opponent in because they held on to you. All right? So that is 9 and 10. 9 and 10 is the trap. Okay? So 11 and 12 are the same thing, but with a strike. Okay? So we're going to trap, twist, and now here's the easy part. Turn it into a slice. Right? Go back and do that again. There's no tricky part to it, but here's the tricky part. Step out right, block right, twist over right, Now, your right hand's now on the outside, your left hand's under here. Let go with your left hand. He let go, you let go. Now pull that thing out and strike across with slice, okay? And you guys know that's that slice, right? Right? Slice 4. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slice number 4, right? Slice number 4, slice number 8, slice number 12. All right? Okay, slice number 2. 2, 4, 8, 12, yeah. That slice, the one we do a lot of, okay? But it doesn't have to be that slice. It could also be a chop out from that side. You could also collapse it and come out. But it's easier to slice out at the side on this one, so that's the one we teach. That's the easiest, most economical slice. Yeah. All right, so let's keep training. Let's do this. Let's step out right and block right. Do the trap, and then do the strike. There you go, and it's a nice slice. And then step out left, block left. Do the trap, do the slice. There you go, that's 12. Get set, please, and present. Here we go. Follow along with me. Step right and block left, scrape. 2. Step left and block right, scrape. Number 3, step right and block left, scrape and punch. 2. Number 4, step left, block right, scrape and punch. 2. Number 5, step right, block left, and flip. 2. 6, blocks right, step left, flip. Good. Number 7, step right, block left, and twist. Strike. 2. Number 8, step left, block right, twist, and strike. 2. Number 9, step right, block right, trap. 2. Number 10, step left, block left, turn and trap. 2. Number 11, step right, block right, trap, and slice. 2. And step left, block left, trap, and slice. 2. Practice that, get good at it, get very comfortable with the changes of stepping and blocking sides until you can do it smoothly. And then we'll teach you the stepping pattern that goes with it as well.